Life to Love Healthy Conscious Podcast. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Ganesha Sharanan. Welcome, dear friends, to the 4th episode of Life to Love podcast. Today is a rainy day and it makes me think of family. And today's topic is family. Oh, I love my family so much. For me, it's the core of a living tribe and therefore a living society. A healthy, stable family. This time so important, that we just take gratitude and thanks for our family. Of course, the blood-related family, to just maintain peace. Even if some, aspects in life you might disagree with your family, but just to be respectful and peaceful is really important. To be in a level of harmony and balance. Even sometimes if, it's not always the perfect synchronicity and alignment and this perfect feeling of you feel like you understood everybody, because there's such sometimes generations differences and beliefs in this time right now. But it's important to be thankful for the connection with all the family you have and to be maintaining a just healthy connection, no matter how deep it is. And really in the end, it doesn't really matter if you had a good or bad relationship with any of your family members. The most important thing is to be thankful for your ancestors. Your blood transferred life, the line of life, to you. And it's due to all the decisions of our ancestors that we are here right now. And of course, we can then say, well, we are here right now, there's no going back, but it's going forward. Past plus present equals the future. So we can change the present and therefore also the future. And we can say, well, what patterns of our ancestors are actually really healthy and wise to keep, really old wisdom which we have gained through our ancestors. But also what patterns are maybe unhealthy and are really important to release. And it's an individual choice of what patterns what patterns we are able to release. Depends how maybe spiritually awake we are and how conscious we are, and what environment is prevented for us. We have a healthy environment and friends to support us as well. That's really important. So of course we have also this family we can choose, the family of the soul, the family of our friends, and maybe we can just create a balance between the blood family and also the family we can choose in our lives, the soul mates, the people which are resonating on the same frequency. And of course, if we go back to the source, we are all related, but of course it makes a big difference if you're really close blood related or really, really far blood related. You're just vibrating in a different way. So before we continue about the family, I'm gonna talk and say again a joke, because it's about laughing, isn't it? Laughing. So, are you ready? Inner peace. If you can start the day without caffeine, if you can always be cheerful, ignoring aches and pains, if you can resist complaining and boring people with your troubles, if you can eat the same food every day and be grateful for it, if you can understand when loved ones are too busy to give you any time, if you can take criticism and blame without resentment, if you can conquer tension without medical help, if you can relax without alcohol, if you can sleep without the aid of drugs, then you are probably the family dog. And you thought I was going to get spiritual. Alrighty, well, back to the families. The families, blessings to all the families out there who are walking this path together as a family, guided a lot by the children. There's a beautiful North American saying. It says, we didn't inherit the earth from our grandfathers and mothers. We inherit it we borrow it from our children. The children are really leading and guiding us and helping us to transform and really innocent and pure, and with that we can as a family walk. It's kind of like, always I see it as sort of like, children which are parenting children. In the end we're all children and we're all just trying our best. And with every generation there comes different different challenges and also different tasks and different purposes. And right now I feel like with every generation there's so much healing happening, and we're all just cleansing and coming back into beautiful light and pure consciousness and being connected to the nature. And I feel like it's beautiful to see so many families which are just, as much as they can, be present with their children. I think this is just one of the biggest gifts, to just be present with the growth of the children, because it's such it's a really high responsibility to be parent, because you give and transfer so much of your being and energies and patterns to your children. And with, of course, nature being the most pure teacher, we still, as parents, we hand on a lot to our children. And at the same time, I think we can also release the responsibility, because also, of course, the children are they have their own spirits and their own purposes, and we can just sort of like, help them to grow into whatever they need to be to fulfill their purpose. And so they are, every child is also just the child of Mother Earth and Father, Son, and we all are just children of the universe with our own individual purposes. And therefore we are free. And it's important, I think, to ask yourself the question, like, what path you're walking, because I think sometimes it's easy with families to just sort of walk the path of the mother, or to walk the path of the father. And sometimes, that if that feels really healthy and good, maybe it's nice, but maybe in other cases, it's important to be aware that you are walking in your own footsteps, not the footsteps of somebody else in your ancestor line. And so much about families, the strength of a family, and what a high quality it is to maintain family peace. And this, for me, is one of the biggest strengths, the family peace, the biggest quality to maintain the family peace. So important. So I think really, like when I was a child, all I just wanted was peace, especially between my father and mother, I think for a child this is just really important, because obviously the child comes from them, and I feel like while it's growing up, it's really nice for the child to just know that, oh yeah, my mom and my dad, they are in peace and of course in love. And then of course come other friends and maybe other siblings to help grow the consciousness of the babies. the family path, of being grounded and being safe, connecting also with other families to walk together, and together we can then form a tribe. If every family focus on like their own like stability and healing, and if a family can hold a really healthy dynamic, I think then it's possible also to live in a community. But it starts with, of course, the individual. We love ourselves as we are, and be gentle with ourselves as we are, and also then in a family and the extended family to be, if there's a healthy dynamic, I think only then we can really also live in a healthy community, which are made up from a lot of families. And yeah, this is one of my prayers, that we all maintain family peace and harmony and strength, and while also of course remaining a purpose of the individual, and lift each other up. We shall lift each other up higher and higher. We shall lift each other up. We gotta humble ourselves in the name of our children. We gotta know what they know, and we shall lift each other up higher and higher. We shall lift each other up. Family first. Family. Love yourself. Love your mother. Love your father. Love the mother of your child. Love the father of your child. Love your grandparents. Love your grandparents. Love the grandparents of the mother of your child. Of the father of your child. So yeah, we can all just love every person of our own individual family, and then if you have a child, it's important also to love the family of either the mother or the father side, and to be willing to accept all of their energies and to love them just as they are, and that you would be happy also if your child becomes like them, because maybe and probably they are. But of course, there's always the potential to transform patterns, family patterns, and to release maybe unhealthy ones. But you can only really look into your own being. I wish you a beautiful day and night, and we'll see each other in the next episode of Life to Love. Ha ha ha. Hee 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 hoo. Hee hoo hee hoo.